Hey guys, I'm Bali from Nonameleft, and I am going to show you how we made our track called Oscillate. I will go through the tracks one by one, but this is actually not how we worked, because now you will see all the plugins that we applied on all the channels, all the mixing plugins and everything. And in the end I will show you also the mastering in a different project. So let's start with the kick drum. The kick is containing two layers, which is going to be one lower. Yeah, a kick that we, I don't know, sampled from somewhere, I guess. And another, this is going to be a top kick, another layer, which is like more going for like the atmosphere and texture and for the punch. And the low one is made or used for the low end energy. As you can hear, it's a pretty heavy kick already, but I use this Voice of God plugin to make the sub bass even more heavy. If I turn it off. And also here is a little bit of EQing. But these are already the mixing plugins that we applied in the end. And I already rotated the phase of this kick to make it work better with the sub bass or with the top kick. I cannot remember for what reason, but yeah, it should be the sub bass or the top kick. And together they sound like this. So yeah, and there is a little bit of EQing again. Sometimes you have to be kind of aware if you're doing like these low cuts, because it can fuck up your phase in the kick drum. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You have to try it and use your ears to listen it. Let's go on for the bass. For the sub part, we used a sample from or a loop from our collection. So yeah, it's like just a sub bass. The processing is a shit ton of side chaining. Oh yeah, like one side chain, 2, 3, yeah, 3 side chaining, one with the compressor, a little bit of limiting. Yeah, this is coming, it is just like a sub side chain from the kick. Yeah. And then a kickstart again, and yeah, a shit ton of high cutting because we just wanted to use it as a sub element. Also here is a top bass, which is like a little bit more interesting. Yeah, so it has some automations, as you can see. I think it was recorded with a knob. It just adds an extra movement for the bass line. Like with the kick drum. It's a preset from someone, and yeah, the only thing is that automated is the cutoff filter. It's two saw waves, as you can see, a pretty normal bass preset, I would say. It's actually a plug preset, but yeah, plugs are basses just higher. And the processing is pretty heavy, as you can see. Here is a little bit of multiband dynamics and saturation, which I don't usually use this, but somehow I used it here. But yeah, let's turn off everything and go one by one. So as you can hear, it's sounding pretty shitty without all the processing. Actually, it doesn't give it that much, it just adds extra volume. It just focuses on the energy more in the lower part of the spectrum. Yeah, low cut because it was needed, because we already had our sub bass and some saturation. some high-end sizzle. I really love to use Redux on bass lines or even on kicks, because it gives this like super nice texture to the sound. Oh, and reverb on the bass, but it's not a sub bass, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, this is what gives the mojo for the track, or for this bass line. And yeah, like the only third-party plugin, or yeah, not the only, but one of them is the Moog filter, which I use a lot for filtering. And what this does is just a simple high cut during the whole track, which is automated. Nothing fancy. Limiter, just to control the peaks. These are already like mixing plugins. Yeah, I think the low mids were a little bit too much. And some sidechaining, and they are processed together like and on the low end bass, like the kick and bass bass, there is a standard clip. Which just gives this extra saturation and like power. I love to use clipping on low end. So the first one is a Serum preset that was made by me. This is one square wave and one like modulated so-ish, wave-ish something, and the thing is that both of these wavetables are modulated from the sub oscillator, and this stab is always changing in the track, so it's sounding a little different all the time, because the what's it called, the FM, it's getting more and less during the track, so that's how it like changes the sound all the time. Okay, and for the processing there are some plugins, as you can see. Oh, there are two ways to trashes. I think that's Accident. Oh, that's a blank one. I think I accidentally duplicated one. Not sure yet. We will check this out later. Okay, let's turn off. This is not doing anything. Okay, the first one is an unfiltered audio by me, which is just a little bit of saturation, an isotope trash, which is giving a shit ton of saturation. As you can see, we use a lot of like saturation, distortion plugins to make the sound stand out in the mix and make them a little bit more unique, a little bit more aggressive, because yeah, that's how you can like make them in your face. And this sound is not mono, but like kind of in not too wide, not too mono-ish, so something in the middle to make it like spacey, but in the same time in your face. I don't know if you get it. An RC20 retro color, which is a really old school sounding saturation plugin, and saturation and like all the crazy stuff. Yeah, as you can hear, it just like makes it a little bit warmer. Auto filter for filtering during the track. I think, yeah, just to introduce the sound, some low cutting, and yeah, some reverb. Let's go for the vocals. I cannot remember these where we got them, but yeah, and these, they have a lot of processing on them. especially this one. And these, there you can see there are a lot of automations on the delays, because these are like different delays, and we are sending these sometimes to different ones.
Like my flow.
Yeah, like this one. It's like a pretty long delay, saturator or driven, but cut it and have a like really fast auto panning to make this like weird.
Like my flow.
I don't know, can. Yeah. And the other one is this one.
Like my flow. Flow.
This.
Flow.
Yeah, it's just dotted, but this is use this panning stuff as well. Well, actually it's not panning right now because the phase is on 0, so it's not. It's volume ducking.
Flow.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it makes a little bit of a difference. So on the vocal we have a shifter.
Would you like my flow?
Yeah, that gives some mojo, some energy to it. This.
Would you like my flow?
These are actually just like presets from Ableton stock plugins that I just like put on randomly, I guess. I cannot remember. Maybe I made this shifter. Yeah, it's not a preset, but this one is a preset. Oh, and this is a preset as well.
Would you like my flow? Would you like my flow? Would you like my flow?
It's kind of like a dry wet knob. So this is the dry signal and this is the wet.
Would you like my flow? Would you like my flow? Would you like my flow?
Some drum bass. So this is going to be the mastering session of the track Oscillate. We're gonna go one by one each every plugin what I did here, but now I'm just gonna turn them off. So I was starting here with a cleaning EQ, I guess, yes, as you can see. This is just like a basic low cutting because I wanted to get rid of some stuff down there. Yeah, and these were like some ringing frequencies. After that, another EQ. I love this split EQ from Eventide. It like splits the signal to transient and sustain. And what I did, it's just like two small cuts, like less than a half dB. Like this is like super cleaning EQ from the like the sustain part of the sound, the tonal part. So it was just, I guess, a little bit boomy there. Yeah, so it's not a huge difference at all, but it cleans the low mids. After that, I use vintage limiter to already win some headroom. I like to use this in analog mode because it just gives this extra, a little bit of crunchy analog warmth to it. Yes. Again, not a huge difference, but these like small steps add up in the end, so it's worth to do them. Yeah. Okay, the next one is my favorite mastering compressor, the Elysia Alpha Master. What this is doing, it says like a small like slow-ish attack and fast release. And like a really low ratio. It just like glues the whole mix together, gives this a little bit of like extra groovy feeling.